Tippy time my damies, Topgate here and welcome back to the channel. This void look has really impressed me thanks to the newly updated Sanguine Alchemy. We have now got the most consistent and easy damage bonus in the game. This build will thrive in all our run and gun activities like our nightfalls, our weekly activities and lost sectors, even whilst under light. Often my builds play a bit like a fist up a turkey's bum, so I wanted to make something that played well at range. This still feels mighty from afar to feel that bloodlust whilst looping a 55% damage buff together with health and overshields. Make sure to thumb it if you liked it. If you care to, I'll make sure to leave it dim in the description below. With that said, we'll begin with our exotic, the Sanguine Alchemy. Its armor perk is called Blood Magic. Whilst we stand in any rift, we gain a bonus to weapons with a damage type matching our subclass type. I'm using Void, so this is going to give me a 20% bonus to all my Void weapons. It's coded like our Surge mod, so unfortunately this doesn't stack with them. But at 20% this is very close to 3 stacks of Surge at 22%, but we don't need to pick up orbs to get it. This will allow us to utilize that weapon bonus right from the start of the battle and from a safe distance. Additionally, or rather the original perk, our weapon final blows while standing in a rift will pause the rift's countdown to extend its duration. It's awesome. Because of this we can make our rifts last well over a minute. To show this build's damage buffs we turn to our friend Carl here. Our scout at base deals 5195 damage. Slap on an empowering rift for 20% bonus to our damage for a value of 6234. We then chuck on the alchemy for a further 20%, giving us 7294. And the Child of the Gods aspect will take it one step further. By casting our rift we create our Void Buddy. When we damage a target with our weapon, our Void Buddy flies towards them and drains them. This both deals damage and weakens them. Now it's important to note that it won't shoot out if you outright kill your targets. So if you want to shoot it out at a gaggle of enemies you might normally one-tap, try a body shot perhaps, or target the largest force amongst the troops. As we are using the Empowering Rift, it will feed us health on kills, and by defeating drained targets we are also refunded Rift energy. So now having added our Weaken, our Scout delivers 8388. On a grander scale that's a difference from 126,000 per standard Leviathans to 203,000. All without a Surge, Super or Weapon bonus. Echo of Undermining, this will make our grenades weaken targets. This will be the same 15% weaken that our Child of the Old Gods gives us, but because our rifts have a seemingly endless lifespan, I want to keep applying the weaken debuff without having to plop down a rift on top of another rift. The Vortex Grenade was my pick, but feel free to use what you like. I originally tried it with the Axion as I had hypothesized it might have been better at debuffing downrange. It just underperformed in comparison to the damage of the Vortex. Echo of Remnants, our Vortex Grenades will gain increased duration, which in turn will allow us to weaken more troops and cause more damage. Feed the Void aspect. By defeating a target with a Void ability, we activate Devour. Whilst Devour is active, final blows restore health and extend Devour. Make the most of this and you won't be missing your healing rift. Our grenade is the easiest way to kick this off, but our Void Buddy does a good job of it too. But unfortunately I found our melee was only really good at applying volatile. I'm also using Echo of Starvation. Picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power will grant us Devour. This may seem a tad redundant being that we are using the aspect, but I did find it useful for initiating and extending our Devour timer, as no two situations are the same. Sometimes you want to damage with a grenade and sometimes you want to debuff with it. So this fragment gives you a good jumping off point, allowing the aspect to keep the chain going. Echo of Harvest is our Orb Factory. By defeating weakened targets we create an Orb of Power and a Void Breach, allowing us easy access to Devour, and our Void Breaches will also grant us Rift energy. Now for our Super Noble Warp, of course, use what you like. Whilst the upgrades it got inside Season 21 may seem slight, it still feels like a better option than its Nova Bomb counterparts. This super got a 15% damage bonus to do around 380k boss damage. It's not great, but it's still more overall damage than the Nova Bomb. But it also now applies Volatile. This makes it better at ad clear, and because it works with our Devour, it's one of the safest feeling roamers in the game. Now in the artifact we've got Protective Breach. Picking up a Void Breach gives you an Overshield or refreshes the existing Overshield you already have. Supernova, when picking up a Void Breach, it causes your next source of Void damage to create a large weakening pulse. This works in conjunction with Echo of Harvest for manufacture of further Void Breaches whilst giving our weapon a weaken effect. Unto the Breach goes further in this direction, as by defeating a Void debuff target, you will create a Void Breach. Our mods will follow, but there is a dim in the description if you just want to skip to that. We're double stacking heavy ammo finders, one Void Siphon. Bolstering detonation will grant us rift energy upon doing grenade damage. Firepower feeds us orbs on grenade final blows, and a Void Loader, as this build is about ranged weapon gameplay after all. Emergency reinforcements to tank, concussive dampeners to tank. We're double stacking innovation. This will reduce our grenade cooldown each time we pick up an orb of power, and absolution reduces all ability cooldowns on orb pickups. Utility Kickstart refunds rift energy on use, and Reaper will feed us orbs on weapon kills post rift use. Now I know it feels like Arc is all the rage this season, but there is plenty of reasons to give this Void Lock a go. It really is the easiest and most consistent damage buff out there, and not all activities can be played neck deep in the trenches. Sometimes you need to play from the safety of the ridgeline, and this build just thrives up there. Make sure to thumb it if you liked it. I always appreciate your questions and suggestions. I'll make sure there's a dim in the description below if you want to try it out for yourself. And until next time, tippy tie my damies, what a tie.
Bottom of everything, he's the most tip.